Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Monday, June 16th. Happy Monday, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. It is 6:19 right now. We got market opening up in about 11 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. We'll see what's gonna go on for today. We had some bullish push this morning, so we'll see if that continues or if it pulls back into this lower range as we open up for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish setting this up real quick and we'll get started shortly. A few more things here. All right, and it looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And we can get started with our analysis. Perfect. Looks like we are good to go here. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, June 16th. It is 6:22 right now. We got market opening up in about 8 minutes. I've marked up all my charts already. I did it pre-market, like before I got on this live, because I just wanted to have everything ready to go as soon as we started this live session. So let's see what's here so far. Morning, Christian. Morning, Shiv. Yeah, Shiv's a quick query. Are you moving to September contract? Yes, I am. I just automatically rolled over, I believe, on Ninja, so I ended up flipping over. So let me, now that you mentioned that, I might have to change. Oh man, I literally drew everything on the continuous, and here, let me see. I might just go back to the June one for today because I literally drew everything on the continuous, and I don't think my charts are lining up right now. Yeah, I think I rolled everything over. I don't know if I could go back to the old one. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try to log back in. I just realized that like I literally marked everything up here on the continuous and The charts are completely different, so I might have to redraw everything up. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but the charts are definitely it's a lot different. Well, not a lot different, it's like slightly different. All right, well, yeah, it looks like I'm kind of screwed. I literally just thought about that right now. Now that I pulled up my chart, it's okay though. If anything, I can just remark everything up. Um, no, you're good, Ship. It's my bad because I marked this all up before I opened up my Ninja Trader, and the thing is, I have it on auto rollover, so it's my bad. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned it because now I know that the charts are a little different. Let me go down to the 1 minute. I just want to make sure that it's like it's really that much different because if it is, then obviously I have to go and just remark everything up here. It's not going to be a huge deal because it's not super difficult, but yeah, it's just it's just I want price to be the same where it should be. Pretty um okay, so I'm looking at it right now. It's not like a huge difference. I just realized I was on the 15-minute chart. That's why it looked different to me. I'm gonna leave it as is. Yeah, so I am on the September contract, guys. It's not a huge difference though. I'm on the continuous right now. I'm gonna leave it as is. I pretty much marked everything up. It's just I was on the 15-minute earlier, so we're good. Thanks, Chip, for giving me the heads up. And it looks like we're good to go. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, June 16th. It is 6:26 right now. We got market opening up in about 4 minutes. Looking at my chart over here, you'll see it's a little messy, but it'll all make sense in a few. So let me just explain everything to you guys. So if you guys did not pull up my daily outlook for today, go to the Discord right here under announcements. Also, I created a new channel here, guys. It says Market Outlooks. I got the monthly outlooks here, weekly outlooks, and daily outlooks. If you look over here on the daily, this is where the PDF will show up with all of this data. So looking at my PDF for the day, here are key biases for today. Today is going to be a neutral to bullish intraday bias. Reason for that is because short-term momentum has shifted mildly bullish with overnight recovery. So you can see over here, market open down here and it pushed up bullish into today. So it's going to be neutral to bullish today. Price is reclaiming above the VWAP and holding the Globex mid range. So basically, the Globex mid range is this middle area right here, and price is above it, right? With price being above it, odds of that happening is where price will can possibly push. Sorry, let me take off my little magnet. What can happen here is price can continue climbing from this area and maybe stay within here. If it stays neutral, if it pushes up higher, it can push it up from there. Um, Other than that, let's see, looking over here at my PDF. So the upside over here might be capped. The reason why the upside might be capped is because price is currently in the major resistance zone, right? So we do have a bullish possibility of price going up higher right here, but with the major resistance right here, price can push back into the range, right? We had market open right here. Price had its bullish push overnight. Now you can see it's starting to kind of push down from this area. So with that said, those are the key biases for today. Major trading levels right here, if you want to have them for yourself, they're in the PDF. I've marked them up on the chart over here. So we have major resistance above this area right here between 43,000 and 42,750. Going down right here, I pretty much kind of labeled everything. I know it's a little messy, but with time, this will start to make sense. We have the Globex high, which is basically the overnight high right here at 42,599. This isn't a big deal, right? You don't need the exact numbers because you'll be able to see it on my chart. You just want to understand that this is the overnight high. We have the immediate resistance right here, which got broken overnight. We have the point of control volume down here. We have the VWAP zone right here in this blue area. If you scroll down over here, this is the overnight low, the Globex low. Again, this stuff doesn't really matter to you guys very much because price is up here, but when price does reach these areas, we'll be looking for possible sweeps around there. Down here is the first key level of support. I'm mainly going to be looking for sells today if we do have this bounce off this area. Otherwise, I'm going to look for some confluences around these areas down here. This is the first level of support. This is probably going to hold for the rest of the week, maybe up until Wednesday. We have the prior close over here from Friday. If you go any lower, we have the second level of support down here. So you can see if price ever gets down to this area right here, there's going to be some nice areas of sweep, right, at that second level of support. And then scrolling down here, this is the deep support. So if price ever gets this far down, this is going to be the deep support. We're probably not going to look into that because we're so far from it. But again, I just want to give you guys a heads up just in case we ever do get to that point. Now let's go back down to the 1 minute here. I've marked up liquidity. This liquidity's kind of been getting knocked out. We had a bunch of liquidity sitting around this lower area, but from here, price kind of broke below, and now it's starting to come down lower. It had about like 4 levels of liquidity, which got broken. I deleted those, and I just kept the most recent one, which was right here. If you guys are looking to take the breakout for the day, guys, breakout for today is going to be a sell. Market's going to open up in a few seconds, and market is now open there. So with market open, I'm going to go ahead and mark up opening price right here, and we'll continue looking for opportunities for the day. Nothing changes, guys. I'm still looking for MPS V2s, and I'm still looking for liquidity sweeps, but we're going to be using these levels here to identify possible strong confluences for our entries, right? So if price pushes up here and I get a possible sweep from this area, I'm going to be looking for that sweep down from up here. So we got price pushing down right now. This is the breakout, currently running in profit. I'll come back and take a look at that a little later. But let's go back to my daily outlook for the day. So possible setups over here, there's going to be some VWAP rotations. I added the VWAP to my chart over here. It's like super far below. So this is just going to be something that you guys can look at for possible reversals. So this blue line right here is going to be the VWAP line. It's not going to be super, super relevant because price is so far away. The VWAP doesn't typically turn relevant until the first 30 minutes of market open anyways. So ATR right now is currently at 11, a little bit of some slow volatility here. But looking at the possible scalp setups. So looking at the first setup over here, a fade move so basically you can fade a move into the VWAP. Like I said earlier, the VWAP super far over here. But if you were looking for that entry, basically what that means is you want to look for trades to push down from this area towards the VWAP, right? Fade into the VWAP. You don't want to fade against it. You want to fade into it if you have the opportunity. We don't really have that opportunity here right now. If you guys want to take a possible sweep, there may be a possible opportunity for sweep right here. But again, like we just talked about, the volatility is really low right now. We're currently at 12 ATR, guys. This week might be a little bit of a rangy, choppy week until possibly tomorrow or Wednesday. Tomorrow we have retail sales and we have jobs data, I believe. And then on Wednesday we have FOMC. If you guys didn't see my weekly outlook video, I'm going to be posting a video pretty much every Sunday regarding the weekly outlook. I pretty much gave my breakdown of that, what I'm expecting for this week and what I'm expecting for the month so far. So we have a possible liquidity sweep coming up right here, guys. I didn't get into this position right here. I probably should have, but I just wasn't paying attention right now and there. Full TP for 30 points. If anybody caught that sweep right there. That was a pretty clean sweep. I was tempted to get into it right here, but I was kind of worried about the price action here with this big push to the upside. So I didn't get into the sweep right there, but the sweep did push for 30 points. Full TP. There may be another opportunity for sweep up here. It's too early in the session, guys. I'm going to be a little careful. I talked about this during the weekly outlook video. I'm going to be a little cautious with my entries because we might be stuck in some chop up until the news events tomorrow and on Wednesday. But there goes the first level of sweep right there. Again, if you guys want to take a look at the possible setups, there's a bunch of different little setups over here. Let's see. A lot of these sweeps over here, they already kind of got pushed up a little bit. So there's not going to be too much here to look at because these numbers already have been pushed around. News events and event risks to kind of look out for this week, guys. So we have the Bank of Japan decision, which came out. The Japanese yen reaction overnight was supportive for risk. Politics, obviously, you guys know what's going on in Iran. So the whole thing between Iran and Israel, that's kind of causing issue in the market. Fed previews, we have a market awaiting a Fed decision on Wednesday. Like I said, big news events on Tuesday and on Wednesday. And then lastly, for stocks in the market that are going to be within the Dow, we got tech leading gains with Tesla and Nvidia offsetting earlier industrial weakness. So with that said, to keep something that you should just keep a note, very headline sensitive environment with regard to oil, Middle East, and then also with the Fed interest rates on Wednesday. If you guys want to keep looking at this, that's pretty much most of the summary for the day. It's not super in depth for today because today's Monday, but we'll see what happens as the market continues to move along. So I'm going to take this off right now, guys. We've pretty much covered the daily outlook for the day. There's no other entries available right now. Next entry that would come up would be a possible MPSV2. So the sweep already happened over here as a full TP. We're now looking for a possible MPSV2 to the upside. We got a buy signal here. We got price pushing up. We're currently in the major resistance zone right here. So as price pushes up higher, we may get a continuation up higher to the next level of sweep, which would be up here. So if the MPS V2 plays out perfect, I'll be looking for that MPS V2 to play out. Once it plays out, I'll be looking for a possible sweep up here. I'm not going to get into the MPS V2. I'll let this kind of push up higher, but once it gets up to this area, I'll possibly get in for a sweep right here. It's a possible sweep zone right here at 42,923. Let me clean up these zones a little bit. All right, so we got a possible MPS V2 setting up over here. I'm gonna turn off this VWAP. It's just way too far. It's not gonna be useful for us. So we're currently in the major resistance zone, guys. We got a possible MPS V2 setting up right here. We had a buy signal, buy signal, red retracement candle. If this candle closes green, this is technically an MPS V2 for a buy. I'm not necessarily going to be looking to take this here for a buy. I'll be looking for a possible sweep from this area up here. Not there yet, but build up to it. Hey, Lila, morning. All right, no MPS V2 there yet, guys. You can see over here, price is having trouble getting past the resistance level. No surprise there. We were expecting this to happen. If you guys look at my daily outlook, this is pretty much what we talked about. So if you look over here at the key bias for the day, it says, we might have a neutral to bullish intraday bias. However, upside is still capped by stacked resistance zones above this area over here. So until price breaks this resistance zone, it's going to be capped around this area. There's probably going to be a pushback to the downside. So I'll be looking for a possible sweep right here and a possible sweep up here. All right, so we got the MPS V2 setting up right here, guys. Again, we got a buy signal, retracement. This green candle right here is going to be the confirmation to the upside. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. I'll follow it with you guys, but I'm not going to get into this MPS V2 here. I'll be looking for a possible sweep up here at 42,923. I would like to see an MPS V2 push through though. So if you guys remembered, we're looking for this pattern. We're looking for MPS V2 into sweep and then sweep into MPS V2. So this is an MPS V2 right here, guys, currently running. I'm not in the position, like I said. I'm going to be following it here. If it pushes through, great, because we want to see this follow through with MPS V2 into a sweep, right? Ideally, that's what we want to see here. And ideally, you want to get these entries in before 7. So there goes MPS V2 currently running in profit. Again, we'll follow with you guys here, but I'm not in this position. I'm looking for the actual sweep, which may happen up here. So again, we got price kind of just sitting right here down the middle. Not in this position right here, guys. We're just marking this up to follow. Like I said, I'd be really cautious about taking buys in this area because we're inside the major resistance zone. If we're below here, then it'd be a different story. I'd probably want to take an MPSV2 to this area, or to the downside. But this right here, because we're within the major resistance zone, it's going to be hard to push up higher, right? And if it does push up higher, I'm going to be looking for that turnaround. So MPSV2 is still running right now. The ATR is very low. It's currently at 19 ATR. Again, if you guys want this daily outlook, guys, I post this up for free in the Discord. So if you guys are on the YouTube and you guys want access to this daily outlook, I post daily outlooks, weekly outlooks, and monthly outlooks. It's going to help a lot. So like, with me having this major resistance zone right here in my daily outlook, this prevented me from getting into this MPS V2. I would have, in other cases, if we didn't have this zone up here, I probably would have gotten into this MPS V2, right? But because we have the zone up here, I'm not really looking to take any buys in this area because we're in the resistance. It makes more sense for me to take the sells here, which is what I'm going to be looking for next. So again, I'm not in this position, guys. We're just following it. This here is just a confluence to see if price does push up higher. And if it does push up higher, great. I'll look for a possible sweep up there. We have a new sell signal here with the sell signal present. This could possibly set up for an MPSV2 to the downside. If that's the case, we'll probably look for price to push down and then possibly push back up. Again, I'm being very cautious, guys. If you guys listen to my weekly outlook, I mentioned that, this isn't the week to really take those crazy risks. And if you look over here at my daily outlook for the day, I also mentioned over here at the end, be cautious today. Cautious bullish lean today with opportunity for controlled upside if it clears 42,600 and holds. So we're above 42,600. We just need to make sure that it actually holds above this area. So of course, I'm not looking to fade my MPSV2, but I'm not necessarily looking to get into it just yet. It's back in profit right now, as you guys can see. So the MPSV2 is pushing back up, but it is in a bunch of chop right here. These are probably one of the worst MPSV2s to get in, right? When price starts to chop up. I don't want to be in chop when I'm in an MPSV2. I want this to go straight up and hit my TP. For me to look for that chop, I wouldn't mind there being chop once price reaches this area up here, right? Because it can come up, sweep my liquidity right there, come back down, and then swing its way back up. But all right, guys, MPSV2 is running in profit. It's on its way to TP. If you're going for I probably would go for 20 today because, obvious reasons. ATR is super low right now, currently at 18 ATR. So the 20 right there got hit. Looks like the 30 is going to get hit too. Almost. So the 20 already got hit right there for the MPSV2. Nice. Talanji got it for 25. Solid work, Talanji. So this is good. We want to see the MPSV2 hit, even though I'm not in the position. Looks like some of you guys here did catch it. Chris right there caught it for 20 points. Nice work. I'll continue to follow it here. Again, I'm looking for a possible sweep up here. So I'm glad the MPSV2 right there hit. Now that we have the MPSV2 hit, I'll be looking for a possible sweep to follow. Another high point right here. Looks like price might be sweeping from this area of liquidity now. It's a little too close for me. Yeah, it looks like the sweep might be happening right here. We'll see. If there's a sweep right there, that's perfectly fine. There's like multiple levels of sweep here. Sweep can happen up there, it can happen down here, it can happen anywhere really. It was just the sweep wasn't like a clean sweep because it wasn't really far off. It I mean, it's kind of cutting into the MPSV2 because the 30 still hasn't hit yet for the MPSV2 right here. 25 and 20 hit, but 30, and there we go, 30 just got hit. So like I said before, guys, I wouldn't want to fade my own trade. So like, for example, I wouldn't take a sweep right here because I would have wanted the 30 to hit for MPSV2. So MPSV2 right there hit for 30 points, guys. If you guys took it, nice work. If you guys didn't take it, again, it's fine. Look for the next opportunity. The sweep may be playing out now. So there goes a sweep right there that may be playing out. It's a possibility. I'm glad I'm doing these daily outlooks, guys. These daily outlooks are helping a lot, right? Because now we have a lot of things to look at now. We have structure, we have areas of resistance, we have areas of support, we have biases in the market. We're not just kind of taking trades in both directions at whim, right? We started this morning and I said we'll have an intraday bullish to neutral bias. So, that means you can take buys here, but be more focused on sells or, within this area specifically. So obviously, take buys when they come up and they look good, but if we're in this resistance zone, of course, look for the balance. So we'll see over here if this sweep happens. If the sweep doesn't happen, my actual sweep that I'm looking to take is going to be up here. It's going to be at 290, 42,923. So we got price kind of pushing up right there. It's okay if this sweep doesn't play through because we weren't even looking at the sweep to begin with. It was just a possible idea if price does push. If anything, the 20 points got hit there for that sweep already. Pretty much filled, went down for 20 points, pushed right back up. All right, I'll be looking for my possible sweep up here. 42,923. See if I could look at it from my screen. 42,923. It's still kind of far off, so we're not there yet. So I'm looking for price to push up a little bit. Don't believe there's any news for today. Yeah, there's no other news events for today. All right, let's put my pending order there, just waiting, just in case.
Order submitted.
All right, so let's see here if it pushes up any higher. So looking at our entries for today, guys, we had one sweep that happened over here, one MPSV2 pushing into the next sweep level up here. Not quite there yet. I mean, this could have been a possible sweep for 20, but follow up for the next one here. There's nothing else really to look at my daily outlook here for the most part. Yeah, so here's one thing that I had for my summary here. It said, don't chase extended moves into major resistance. This is a scalper's day. Trade the structure, not the headlines. Exactly. And we're currently in the structure right now. So we'll see as price pushes up higher. So like we said over here for the AM session, I'll focus on VWAP reaction early. There's no VWAP reaction right now. The VWAP's way too far. So the VWAP is down here. It acts like a magnet, but you can't even see it here right now because it's so far below. So I'll just turn that off for now. Again, I'm looking for price to kind of push up to The sweep zone right there. This is another MPSV2 actually, guys. So another MPSV2, or actually it's going to be pending right now. I didn't close on this last one. It got close to it, but not quite. This is another MPSV2 setting up right here for a buy. All right, so it looks like I'm in right here for the sweep. Price kind of spiked
Sell.
up right there. We're getting like some pretty big spikes right now. Price is pushing through. It looks like the 20 might have gotten hit. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see where the 20 is at. That was a big spike. Not sure that spike came from. Yeah, that was weird. There was like no news there. It was just a big spike to the upside. So I'm in the sweep right here. It's pushing down in profit about almost 20 points, 15 points, 21 points, 25. It's a big sharp spike right there. Almost at my TP. It's about 27 points right there. Here, I'm gonna move my stop loss. There you go, full TP. I'm out. Nice sweep, guys. That sweep was perfect. Boom. That was like
Target fill.
target fill. There you go. Man, what a clean sweep, guys. Fucking beautiful, man. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Like I knew exactly where it was gonna go. Like literally, this thing was like spot on, right? I told you guys the sweep was gonna happen right here, and it did literally what I said. I didn't even realize it was gonna push up that fast. Price pushed up, spiked off my liquidity sweep right there, straight to my TP, 30 points. Great profit right there, guys. I locked in pretty solid. It's about 900. I finally got my other accounts back, guys. I got my payout on the other set of accounts that I have, so I'm trading on like 40 accounts again today. So great profit right there. Sam got it for 20. Talanji got it, thanks. Kyle got it for 20. Christian got it for 20. Nice work, guys. Chris got it as well. Back-to-back wins for you right there, Chris. And Talanji got it for the full 30. Yeah, I got it for the full 30 right there as well. So, all right, guys, solid work. Again, next sweep. I know, yeah. Chris said good day so far. Hopefully, this is a turning point for you, Chris. Um, I think as I continue to produce these sweep levels, or just produce these daily outlooks, this is going to help a lot, guys. So if you guys have the opportunity to wake up a little bit earlier, get up earlier, a few minutes before. I'm up at like 5 o'clock every day now, guys, because I'm putting together these daily outlooks. I want to know exactly what's going on in the market. I want to know what to take. I want to know what to look for, what to avoid, what to, I want to know what's going on fully in the market. So every day I'm up at like 5 o'clock Pacific time, which is about, I'm now waking up like almost 2 hours earlier so I can get this daily outlook ready. But all right, with that said, guys, solid profit so far. Let me go and just update the things for the day. Man, I got so many tabs here. I don't even know where everything's at anymore. All right, so full TP right there for 30 points. It's been a while since I've taken like an official trade like that, but it's all good. Liquidity sweep for 30 points. Yeah, I just feel really confident with these entries. So, I set my pending order there. We're now looking for the next opportunity. The MPSV2 actually played through right there too, I think. Or I don't know. Might still be running. So this was tricky because this could have been a possible MPSV2 entry right here. It like literally closed at the line. So it could have been MPSV2 lined up right there. If not, there's another MPSV2 that's running right now currently with this previous buy signal or buy candle. The problem with this is the candle's so big. It's like a 56-point candle. So I don't know if I would take this here for, MPSV2. It's just a little too messy for me. All right, so we'll keep looking for the next opportunity here, guys. Solid win right there for that MPS, for that MPS V2 and sweep. We're now looking for price to push up higher from where it's currently at. So let's continue following it here. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to send them in. We have another possible sweep zone from up here. This is a little tricky though. So this is going to be a tricky sweep zone, guys, because this is going to be outside the resistance. I mean, if this is the case, we talked about this earlier. I said if price breaks past the resistance, look for a continuous bullish push, right? If it doesn't break past the resistance, then we're probably gonna have a sweep from this area. What might happen is price may push up, sweep from this area, and then pull back down, just like what happened here. It wasn't a full-on reversal, but it was a sweep nonetheless. Nice, nice. And Solange also got the A plus plus. Nice work, bro. Here's Christian's profits for the day. Christian got 580 for the day. Nice work, Christian. Solid win. Yeah, solid win right there. I'll post my profits. Let's do it right now. I'm not doing anything anyways. Just waiting for price to kind of push around from where it's currently at. All right, so we have price pushing up right here. If you guys want to take this sweep, I mean, take it at your own risk, guys. Like I said, it's outside the resistance point, so I don't know if I'll be taking this here because this is going to be a key area to look for price to turn bullish. If that's the case, then so be it. It's fine. Um, the analysis is playing nice though. So like you guys remembered my analysis from this morning. Basically, my key bias for today was neutral to bullish. It's now turning into more bullish. So we'll see. Price been pushing up. I think it's key. It's key that we have these, daily analysis because it makes things like so much easier to follow. So here are my profits. Let me post it in my Discord real quick. All right, so the sweep hasn't filled yet, but here are my profits from that sweep. So that's the trade I took right there, guys. This sweep right here from that upper liquidity level. And there's my profits locked in about 900 per account. It's 900 for my mini accounts here, 300 for my other accounts below, 750 for my Tradeify, and then my Perdia live funded right here at 300 as well. So solid profits there, guys. So those are my profits. We got Christian's profits right here as well. And I feel like it's been a long time since I posted these types of profits. I usually just post the um the trader sync. I should do that right now before because it takes a long time for my trader sync to upload. Thanks, Sam. Just saw your message. Sam caught it as well earlier, 20 points. All right, we're looking for our next opportunity over here. Again, we don't have anything here yet, but it is it's getting to it. So let's see, how far are we from this sweep level? About 40 to 50 points, so not super far off. Not super far from that liquidity area. Let's check the outlook again. See if there's anything else here for me to really look at. I don't think there's too much here. Let's see. Sam said any news gold dumped. Um, Not quite. I can do an analysis for gold too. Let's see. I can do a quick analysis for gold real quick if you want one. Sam, are you in the Discord, Sam? If you're in the Discord, I'll post it in the chat if you want to get it, because I can't send it to you on Instagram. But I can do a quick um see the thing is the AI is crazy, guys. Like I said, the AI is just it's nuts. I'm able to generate these the thing is I ask it trading questions every day. Do you trade GC or do you trade I'll just do GC. It's probably gonna be easier. Because I could do actually I sent one to Steven yesterday for gold. I gave him the daily one for Sunday. I think it helped him a lot. Let's see. Sweep hasn't filled yet, guys. Got really close to it, but not quite. Like I said, this is going to be an area of resistance where it's going to be breaking the major resistance, so it's a little tricky. Um, it's going to be a little tricky with it breaking above it. Okay, so I'll take a look at gold real quick. The gold analysis doesn't look as good though. Uh, let's see, we got price getting near this area. Here, let me just I'll look at gold real quick. If you don't want the PDF, it's fine. But if you want it, I can send it over to you. Um, Here, I'll share it with you guys. I'm gonna put it over here. And I'm documenting all these outlooks too. The Goldwood doesn't look as good, but it's super messy. Let me see if I can fix it. All right, we're getting close to that liquidity sweep area right here, guys. If you guys want to take it, it's now currently active. I'm not in the position right here. I would have taken it if it was within the resistance area, but it was outside, so I didn't want to take it. It looks like it's playing through right now. The sweep is running in profit. I currently have it set to 30, but it looks like the 20 is probably going to get hit pretty soon. Yeah, the thing is, I never really ask gold questions, so it doesn't set it up as well. Damn, this looks like it's a pretty nice sweep level. It's about to hit. 20 points got hit already. Nice. CJ got it for 20. Talonji got it for 20. I should have gotten in with you guys, but it's okay. I'm sticking to my game plan, staying a little conservative today, staying lean with my entries. Because the thing is, it's Monday, so it's tricky. Um, or I fixed it. Or I mean, I kind of fixed it, I guess. I don't know why it comes up like this. It's weird. Here, I'm gonna generate PDF version. It's cool. I'm getting a PDF version. I don't know why it comes up like this. For some reason, it's not gonna look as nice as my regular ones. But okay, this one looks better. Yeah, if anybody wants this, I'll download the PDF. This took me a while to get to this point though, guys. Like I was so the 20 got hit already, guys, for the sweep. It took me a while for me to generate this kind of information because you have to ask the AI like a lot of questions to like really understand and learn and get smarter with regard to like my AI that I'm using with ChatGPT and like all the questions I'm asking it. I ask it trading questions like all day and every day, so it starts to understand things a lot better. It knows exactly what I'm looking for. It knows what kind of reports I want. It pretty much spits out the data exactly how I want it, so I can understand it. You can ask questions, and if you don't always keep it learning, it's not going to come out the way you want it. It's going to be a lot of information. Your prompts have to be like very precise. You have to ask exactly what you want. Otherwise, it's not going to give you something that's really usable in a sense. So, all right, let me see. This is going to be so. If anybody wants it, I mean, if you guys are trading gold, I know a lot of you guys here do trade gold or you like to look at gold. I'll post it right here. Like I can do this for any asset. Gold, I don't really trade, so it doesn't give me. It's probably not as it's not gonna be as clean as like as my YM one, but I mean it's still pretty good. So yeah, basically gold is bullish with caution into FOMC, which is going to be on Wednesday. All right, so it looks like the 30 got hit right here, guys. 30 points for the sweep. Took a while, but it did hit. Today's been pretty good. It's been pretty solid because we have these levels here and we have the confluences. Um, yeah, it's pretty smooth with regard to our entries for the day. All right, anyways, I posted the gold report there. I'm not trading gold, so it's not really relevant to me, but it is solid. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So Sam said, took a screenshot, Sean. Thanks, bro. Took a small buy lot in gold, already break even, and he'll hold. Yeah, definitely. No problem at all. Yeah. So gold's actually really bullish, so we'll see. It might be pretty good. I don't know the actual price of gold right now, but if you look at the data here, I mean, there's not that much data here to work with anyways. Basically, the breakout play. I'm not sure if it's above 34.73, but it looks like if it's above 34.73, it can continue pushing up higher to 35. So good luck on that trade, Sam. Yeah, Sam said war looming. Love to buy gold right now, but if any news cause a dump, then we'll wait. If gold falls during war, tell me what's the point of gold? Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. Sam, because gold is a safe haven currency. We used to talk about gold a lot during COVID, right? Because COVID, everyone thought the world was gonna end, and with that being the case, um, gold became super valuable, and it just keeps going up. It's a hedging asset, of course. The one thing that I am kind of curious about is Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin at? I sold all my Bitcoin, so I haven't been following it. It looks like it's kind of steady above 100,000 now, so that's good. Because Bitcoin is supposed to be the new gold, basically. So, this is supposed to be the new hedge. Looks like Bitcoin's been ranging here. Let me go on the daily, see a little better. Yeah, it's been ranging. Got up to like 112,000. Okay, perfect. So this is where I sold off anyways. I sold off all my Bitcoin around here, and I was gonna buy during the dip. So maybe if it comes back down to 100, I'll buy back into it, and I'll just sell it again at, the new high. But yeah, I got rid of all my Bitcoin. I was holding it for too long, guys. I mean, honestly, I've been holding Bitcoin since 2017, 2019. So it was about time I offloaded my Bitcoin. Nothing against Bitcoin, it's just I've been holding it for too long. And it was about time for me to take profits and maybe I'll dip back in later. I know all the Bitcoin or crypto enthusiasts and purists out there are gonna hate me for that. Because there's a ton of people who are just holding Bitcoin like for like forever. Nice. Yeah, Sam said nice job with Bitcoin still holding. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with holding Bitcoin. The only thing is I've been holding Bitcoin since it was at like 79,000. So like, and I've been holding on to it for years. So it was nice to kind of just take profit from it. And then if price bumps down a little bit, I'll take profit and I'll get back in at 100. Because if that's the case, I basically pocketed like 19, like 12K or whatever. Or or more actually. Sorry, guys. Not 12K. Because I got in at 79, so I probably made like the total output was like 100 something, but the actual profits were maybe like 30, 40, maybe 50K. So it's not a crazy amount. If you bought a ton of Bitcoin though, yeah, it'd be a lot. But for me, I was just a small fish. Yeah, no, definitely, Sam. The funny thing is like when I was in law school, my roommate was from Canada, so he used to pay me rent in law school through Bitcoin. So I just kept it. The thing is I didn't even think twice about having Bitcoin. He just paid me rent in Bitcoin and then I ended up having like 60, 70K in Bitcoin for like 2 years of rent. And then yeah, and then I ended up just holding it. Thankfully I held it this long. I'm surprised it held it this long. There was a lot of times where I wanted to sell off. All right, guys, we're still in the major resistance zone right here. So there's going to be possible opportunities for bounce. There just hasn't been any sell signal come up. Um, there was a pending sell signal right here. So when the sell signal came up, I was like, okay, perfect. We might get an MPSV2 back down, but does not look like we're getting that. Right here, looks like price might break above it and continue climbing up higher. Like I said earlier, I'm looking over here at my YM daily outlook. We're currently we're at the major resistance right now. There's no other resistance that's above this current area. Price is currently at 43,000. So here's the thing. Let's pull up my weekly analysis. See if I could find it. That's actually pretty important. Let's pull up my weekly analysis here. So week two analysis. Where are my levels right there? Okay, so I actually should be marking these up now because okay, so major resistance number two is between 43,300 and 43,400. It's still kind of far up, but I mean, it's going to be relevant now because we're above this area. 43, 400 to 43. Did I get that right? Go back over here. Yeah, 43, 300 to 43, 400. This is major resistance number two. Major resistance two weekly. So this is weekly resistance up here. So if price pushes up higher, this could be the possible bounce area. This is why it's important that you guys look at all of my outlooks, right? Because the thing is, our daily outlooks are already pushed through. We're way past the daily outlook, so we're now pushing up higher. And now I'm in the weekly. So this is my weekly resistance up here. If that's the case, I'll look for some bounces around there. Um, so the first major resistance goes up to 43. We're already past 43. See if there's anything else here that I need to look out for. Not really. So here's a breakout zone. If price gets past 43,400, this will be breakout zone to the upside. There's a bullish scenario right there. So this is pretty crazy because I gave the stats. So I gave the stats yesterday, right? Basically, it said over here if YM reclaims 43,000, it'll push up to 43,300. So we're now currently at 43,000. If price stays around this area, then look for price to push up higher to this next level of weekly resistance. So every week, guys, I'm going to post up these PDFs. These PDFs, the key levels are going to be super, super useful. You don't have to be applying my strategies, but whatever strategies you guys are applying, these key levels are going to be very important because they're actually going to be relevant here. First level of resistance here broke through. This is what I was kind of worried about with the sweeps because if price was to break above, I'm expecting it to push up higher. There's going to be liquidity levels right here, guys, but this isn't going to be really what I'm looking for. I think these levels here are just going to be they're kind of down the middle. So, there may be possible sweeps here or price may just break past it. So there may be a possible sweep or price might break past it, sweep up here, or if it breaks past that area too, push up here, right? It's tricky. It's just you don't want to trade in those open areas. Looks like the volatility here is starting to die down quite a bit. It is 716, as you guys know. Usually the sweep level right here, or just basically where we're currently at right now, usually around 7 o'clock, this is where the volatility starts to die down a little bit. Usually it used to be closer to 8 o'clock. So like 7:40 to 8 o'clock, the volatility would flatten out. Right now we're at 8 o'clock and the volatility is pretty flat. Or sorry, not 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. This is why I try to get my entries in before 7 o'clock. This is a summer market. So summer market, your cutoff rate, well, not really a cutoff, but you want to get your entries before 7. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in a ranging market. Ranging, consolidating, choppy market. Let's see what else they've got here. I don't see anything else here the for the scenarios. So now that I have this level marked up here for my weekly, I'm gonna check the monthly now. Okay, so for the monthly over here, the resistance is just a little bit higher. It's at 43,300 to 43,500. So right now, currently, we already have it set at the 400, right? The 500 just going to be, or the monthly is going to be a little bit higher up here. So what I'll do is I'll leave it as is. If price gets past this area, then, so be it. And then we'll look for the next level of resistance. But right now, price is taking a small and slow climb to the next level of resistance. So this is a major resistance zone for daily. And it's now making its way up to the weekly resistance. Just be careful, guys. There's no entries here to take anyways. There's no MPSV2s here. There's no sweeps around this area. The next thing coming up would be a possible sweep from up here. But like I said earlier, it's not really the sweep that I'd be looking to take. The sweep right here is just tricky. because it's out in the open and we don't have any confluences around there. My bad, guys. I just saw your guys' messages over here. Let's see. Talanji said, "Do you think price will come down to fill the weekend market gap anytime soon?" Let's see. So where's the gap at? The gap was from right here. I mean, it's pretty far up. So maybe not. Yeah, it's up like almost 1,000 points, Talanji. So I think what might happen is you'd have to wait until Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be the interest rate news. So that's well, tomorrow we have some news too. We have retail sales and we have jobs data. So tomorrow you might see a push, but it's not going to be like 1,000 point push, right? So tomorrow we have retail sales, and then I thought we had jobs data, but I might have screwed that. I might have mixed the days up. Yeah, I might have messed those days up. But we do have retail sales. So basically CPI data. Um, so we got that coming up right here on the 17th tomorrow on Tuesday. This isn't going to push price too much. The thing that's really going to push price is Wednesday. Okay, the jobs data is on Wednesday actually. That's right. Your housing starts, continuing jobless claims, and then we have FOMC projections right here and interest rates. So if anything, you're probably going to see a big move happen on a Wednesday, but probably not tomorrow. It's going to be a decent move, but not like anything crazy, unless Iran attacks Israel, right? If the war continues, which is probably going to happen, that's going to cause a spike down. So the main things to look for would be geopolitics headlines. That's going to be the main thing. The other thing would be FOMC on Wednesday. But the thing is, FOMC is not going to, I also think it's not going to cause a huge spike to the downside because we're supposed to be cutting interest rates. It might happen this month. It probably won't, but that's going to be good for the market, right? So if you look over at my analysis, the thing is, I'm going to have another outlook for tomorrow. Outlook might be a little different, but like basically the outlook for this week, go back to this here. The outlook for this week um, is basically, the CPI data would have to be hot and the Fed would have to be hawkish, which is probably not going to happen. But like this would be a big surprise if this would happen. If both of this happens. If that's the case, then you might see a spike down. Otherwise, we're probably going to see maybe a spike, a little spike, maybe 500 points. So maybe back to this area of liquidity right here. But down here, I don't know about that. That's it. If price continues to climb up to like this area of liquidity right here, then that's going to be 1,000 point drop. So there's got to be something crazy that's going to happen, like a bombing or something, or some sort of war stuff happening, causing it to drop, dump like that. Yeah. So let's see. Talanji's asking. It's using previous price action for these predictions. No, so it's using macro. It's like using everything, Talanji. That's a crazy thing with AI, bro. It's not just technicals and it's not just previous price action. It covers everything. Like my prompt that I use, I like kind of dig super deep into the AI, and I was asking it so many questions where I was trying to figure out like what specific questions I needed to ask it. So it gives me all this data based on um yeah, price, previous closes, price action on the chart, also like different levels like the VWAP and stuff. But the biggest thing about it is not even about the technical side, it's really the macro side of it. Because what it does is when I ask AI certain prompts or certain questions, it digs through the entire internet. It digs through every investing website, every investing video, like anything that has to do with YM, it pulls that data and it gives me the analysis based on that. So then when I have the full packet together, it puts it all together. So initially I'll ask for all the information, and then once I have all the information, then I tell the AI like, okay, now use this information to produce me um, a daily outlook for today. So basically, it pulls all the news and it pulls all of the technicals and it pulls all the price action and all the historical data from like previous years. And then it spits out this information. And that's how I have my PDFs where they kind of cover everything, like everything that's like sort of important for the most part. Yeah, Talanji said low-key genius. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, I mean it's helpful for all of us, right? Because it helps me because now I know where to take trades where to enter trades and where to avoid trades, right? And it also helps you guys because now you guys can kind of use this for your own use, right? I mean, either way, I was going to do it regardless because I'm always looking for an edge in the market. You guys know that. I'm always looking for ways to win in the market, and I'm always looking for ways not to lose. So. The thing is every day, like literally from morning to night, I'm asking AI a ton of questions. I'm like, what do you think of this market? What do you think of this? What's the most profitable strategies? What's the historical data for this? And the thing is, the AI just keeps getting smarter and smarter and smarter. And it realizes that, like, hey, Sean, this is what Sean is looking for every day. So I'm just going to really dial in on like pulling futures data, YM data, all of the historical charts, all the historical data, all the previous, price closes and stuff like that. Because the thing is, it would be almost impossible for me to like look at all the price closes for the previous, say even like for the previous week, right? If I wanted to know like where YM closed for pretty much Monday through Friday last week, that'd take me so much work. Like I'd have to go back, like, I'd have to go on the daily chart and do it by hand. I just be like, okay, close right here, close right here, close right here, close right here. Um, when now all I do is I just ask the AI, like, AI, give me or ChatGPT or whatever it may be, give me the previous closes for the month of June. And then I'll ask it again, like, okay, now give me the averages. And then with this data, tell me where's price likely to close tomorrow. And it can literally tell me exactly where I'd be going. There's an MPS right here, guys, but again, I'm not really looking to take it because it's above the resistance. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I'll mark it up for you guys right here. The thing with this, so this is what I mean about the resistance zone. The thing is, like, of course, I would expect it to pull back into the resistance zone. The only thing that I'm worried about here is that price will continue pushing up higher, right? And it has to cut back into the resistance zone right here. If this was a little bit higher, then I'd be like, okay, perfect, because it's going to break and retest, right? But because it's like a little bit cut into it, this thing might just turn from here and swing back up. You're good, Talanji. You guys can tell I'm super into like this whole AI thing. It's crazy because people always talk about like how AI is the future for trading, right? I didn't really think twice about it. I was like, okay, whatever. AI is like yeah, it'll be the future at some point. But now that I've kind of like took a deep dive into AI, it helps a lot. Not necessarily for with entries, but with confluences. Right. So like for example, right here, I already knew this is a resistance zone. So of course I don't want to take any trades around this area. I would take it if it was a sweep. Like, if we had price kind of come down right here and it swept and it came right back up, then okay, great. Or even if we had this MPSV2 a little higher. So if this MPSV2 was up here, I'd have been like, okay, cool, perfect. Because I'm gonna ride this back down to this for the retest and then I'll get out for profit. But it's currently running right now. And if you guys want to take it or if you guys are in it, feel free to follow the markup here. I'm not in this position myself. Again, like I said, if price breaks above this resistance zone, I would probably be looking for price to climb up higher. So possibly MPSV2 to the other one, the other direction. Yeah, exactly. Solange said you're locked in. I know. Literally every day, I'm trying to figure out ways to ask smarter questions. So these PDFs are going to get better over time, guys. This is my first week doing these PDFs. So just expect the PDFs to get better and more precise over time because I'm training the AI to like really understand what I'm looking for. I ask it like certain questions now, but I already know I'm gonna come up with better questions in the future. Let's see. Shiv said oil had a huge gap, closed off and touched sub 70s from highs over 78. Crazy downside pressure. If USA gets involved, markets will go crazy. Also, Trump mobile launching soon. That's pretty nuts. That like the thing is, like, I know a lot of you guys saw the No King's Day over the weekend with Trump. Honestly, I didn't even realize that that was a thing until my wife kind of explained it to me. I thought people were just protesting because of the whole immigration thing, but yeah, the No King Day is crazy. Like Trump literally wanted to throw a huge party because it was his birthday on Saturday. It's crazy. But yeah, with the whole war going on with Iran and Israel, it's the thing is, Trump has already kind of dug him. He's already kind of hinted to Iran that they need to work with the U.S., right? If you guys saw the headlines from Friday, basically Trump was basically telling them like, you should work with us with regards to the nuclear things that they have because if not, they're going to be gone. Because what happened on last week is like Israel targeted Iran's nuclear weapons, right? They pretty much bombed their nuclear sites. So like the US is and I feel like the US has something to do with it. If you guys think about like the conspiracy theories and stuff like that, it all kind of makes sense and it all kind of doesn't make sense. It makes sense because it seems like, where would Israel get all these missiles from or where would they get the funding from it? And obviously they now Iran is in a tight position where they have to work with the US. So it's I feel like everything is kind of it's kind of baked in, right? It's like for somehow Trump knew that or the US knew that Israel was going to bomb Iran and now Iran has to like either work with the US in a sense, like give them their nuclear weapons so that we can defend them from Israel. But the thing is US is already working with Israel, so all Trump has to do is like give Israel a call and be like, you know, don't bomb Iran anymore. And it just becomes a win-win for the US. But we'll let it happen, right? Whatever happens, happens. We don't have any control over that stuff. All we have control over is like what to do in the market once stuff like that happens. So we'll see. Anyways, guys, there's no entries for us to take here. Price is still going sideways. This MPSV2 is still currently running. Yeah, exactly. Shifted facts. That's literally how the market's working, guys. Like the market works. I feel like a lot of this, like everything that happens in the world and in the market is sort of planned, right? I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but in a sense, if you've been following the news or you see what's been happening, it's easier for us to know what's happening because we're trading, right? So we actually pay attention to what's happening, even though we don't follow the news. Um, but it seems like everything is kind of planned, right? Like the Russia-Ukraine war. I feel like the Russia-Ukraine war is like you haven't really heard of anything that's been going on, but I feel like a lot of the stuff's kind of baked in. It's like to get people more dependent on the US. Probably shouldn't say this stuff online. I'm get targeted now. Let's see. CJ said, "Hey Sean, do you have any mentoring sessions scheduled for this week?" Not really. I don't think we have any mentoring sessions set up. Actually, let me check my calendar real quick. So I was supposed to have one this week, but I think they might have canceled. Yeah, I'm kind of putting most of my time into these weekly and monthly outlooks. I mean, if there's anything specific you want me to cover, CJ, I can host a mentoring session. I just can't do it today. I had a mentoring session that's scheduled for Wednesday, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to make it. So I'd probably be able to let you guys know tomorrow. Yeah, I have a mentoring session that's scheduled for the 18th, which is Wednesday, and then the 19th, that is Thursday. Also, Thursday is Juneteenth, guys. Remember that. It's a holiday, so market's going to be closed. I was wondering because I saw it on the charts or on my report that markets were going to be slow on Thursday, and I totally forgot that it was going to be Juneteenth. But yeah, Juneteenth is a holiday on this Thursday. But yeah, CJ, I have a possible mentoring session on Wednesday, possible mentoring session on Thursday. If that's the case, then I'll let you guys know, and you guys can sit in on that. But it's not confirmed yet, so I'll try to let you know as soon as I find out. We have an MPS V2 setting up right here for a buy, guys. So again, my analysis of this setup for MPS V2 was correct. Like I said, I wouldn't take any entries here for a sell at the moment unless you see some sort of sweep because we're currently above the major resistance zone. So now that we're above this area, the possibility of it pushing up higher is very likely unless you see some sort of confirmation that price pulls in. If we had an MPS V2 that happened down here, like say for example, price pushed up, it came back down, and then the MPS V2 happened right here, then okay, great. I would probably look for entry in this area right here. But because we didn't, I wasn't really looking for that there. I don't really want to take anything from up here because the bias here is more bullish than it is bearish. And the next target here that we have, like we really don't have any targets around this area, right? There's no targets around this area. The next target's going to be way up here. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Just something to keep in mind. All right, so let's take a look. All right, breakout setups, bullish breakout. This is already done with. 42,600. Yeah, price was above that area already from London session. Yeah, so the thing is, so I pulled this data from yesterday, guys, and we had price, which was over here. It basically the breakout setup was if price got above 42,600, then target 43,000. And that's exactly what happened here. So price stayed above 42,600, which was right here. And once it stayed above there, I mean, if you guys wanted to ride this over, this thing went pretty high up to 43,000. Yeah, that's crazy. 300 points right there. I mean, it took a while for it to hit, but it ended up pushing that high. Now it's a perfect setup right there. That was right there in my report. So if you look over here for breakout setups, bullish breakout, break and hold above 42,600, and then target 42,744 to 43,000. This is from last night though, right there. Just trying to see if there's any other setups here to really look at. There's no bearish breakdown, of course. Um, the sweeps are pretty much done with. So like the sweeps over here were between 42,600 for the fade, but we're already at 43,000. So pretty much all of these setups over here are 42,250. They're all done with. Yeah, basically my daily plan is done with for the day, guys, for the most part. The analysis played out pretty solid. There's not really many entries here to look at. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Again, I'm not really looking for entries here aside from MPSV2s either above, because we're currently above the resistance. So if we do get an MPSV2 up, I'll possibly look to take that, but we haven't gotten one yet. We had a buy signal right here. So we had a buy signal right here. We got the retracement, and now we'd look for possible continuation to the upside. But we don't have that here, right? There's no MPSV2. What you can look for here in the other case is look for possible MPSV2 back into the resistance. So like I said earlier, I'm not really looking for entries around this area above. I'm looking for it to pull into the resistance over here. So once it pulls into the resistance, then okay, maybe look for some sell opportunities right over here, back into the range. Let's see, we got some. All right, let me clean this up a little bit. No sweeps, no nothing. Price is really just consolidating within this area. Let's chart the market profile. There's nothing up here for market profile either. I mean, it's currently at the value high. Yeah, I don't really see too much there. There's not really much else going on here, guys. If anything, we'll look for the possible MPSV2 back down into this area. But if not, then price might kind of just sit around here. Let's see. Sam said he's now watching 42.996 1 minute fair value gap buy. Let's see. 42.296. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So your fair value gap right there is lining up with the upper area of the resistance. So basically, yeah, I could see that happening too, Sam. If it comes down from that area, bounces off, pushes back up. There's two different scenarios here that can play out. Currently, we don't really have much prices going back and forth in a consolidation range, but there's two different scenarios. Price either breaks back into the major resistance right here and it pulls down lower, or price stays above this area, breaks above, and continues climbing from that point. So just a couple of things there to look out for, but there's not really much here to work with at the moment. What I've started to realize a lot more is that for this year, a lot of stuff isn't really based. Well, I mean, it's based off, of course, price action and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you understand the macro side of things, like looking at news, understanding news, and then understanding like these major resistance zones, like not just resistance price, because sometimes we have price and we're like, oh, this is resistance or whatever. Having this big zone here makes a huge difference because you can kind of understand where price could possibly bounce from. It's not just like a certain price point. Like for example, up here. Right, this is our major resistance too for the weekly. Um, this whole area right here is perfect because you're not looking for a specific bounce, right? You're not looking for price to just bounce off the low, bounce off the middle, bounce off the high. What I'm going to be looking for if price reaches this area is I'm going to be looking for liquidity that might be sitting somewhere within this area. So if we do get liquidity right there, I'm going to look for price to kind of push up and then sweep off those areas. Or if price, reaches this area up here, I'm gonna be looking for an MPSV2 to push towards that area up there. So I think it's really important that you guys understand the macro aspect of things, mainly the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture. I typically don't look at the bigger picture, but now I am. I'm looking at the monthly spreadsheets. I'm looking at the weekly spreadsheets every week, and I'm looking at the daily. You put all those together, and you really understand like what to focus on and what not to focus on. Like for right now, I'm not really focusing on anything, right? Typically, if this was a normal day for me and I didn't look at the data for the month, the week, and the day, I would be looking for MPSV2s right here, right? I'd be super itchy to get into an entry here for MPSV2. I mean, there's no problem with getting into an MPSV2. It's still possibly setting up right here. We have a buy signal, retracement. If this closes up right here, there could be a possible MPSV2 for a buy. In a lot of instances, I would be kind of waiting for this entry to come up right here, right? But now that I understand that we're currently at this resistance zone and there's nothing really to play with up here, um, price might just consolidate here even further. See, unless price breaks above here and then climbs up higher, then okay, great. I would take an MPSV2 up here. But I'm not really looking to take an MPSV2 right here specifically. I would need price to really push up and then close somewhere up here. So we'll see what happens here, guys. These, let's see, I'll mark a line up here so that you guys can see. All right, so if price closes above this blue line, this will be MPSV2 for a buy. Like I said earlier, I'm not really looking to take anything right here. I want price to kind of push out of this area and then maybe look for something up here. ATR is currently at 18 right now. Volatility is pretty low. Again, you need it to close above this blue line here for it to be an MPSV2. Didn't close above it. It's making its way back up now. Let's see. Sam says, hate when price gives me middle finger by 7 pips. I know. It was close, but not close enough, right? Didn't even retest the resistance here. It got pretty close to it, though. Again, if you guys are looking to take that MPSV2, possible opportunity right there. All right, looks like Kodi came to work today. You guys can kind of see his tail. Oh, come on. He went back, not ready to work today. Yeah, Kodi made a small appearance, but looks like the market here is moving too slow for him. Looks like the MPSV2 is still setting up right now, guys. Again, if it closes above this first blue line right here, this could be possible opportunity. So this is an MPSV2 right here, guys. Again, it's not as high as I would like it to be. If you guys want to take it, feel free. Like I said, I'd rather have it if it pushed up a little bit higher, but right now this is just kind of as good as it gets. This is a sweep area too, so I mean, just be careful. This is an area of sweep. So we kind of have two conflicting analysis here. Either way, I'm not really looking to take an entry here to begin with, so yeah, you guys can kind of see right there. Yeah, Christian said, nah, not gonna risk my profit for today. Yeah, maybe if Kodi stayed, Christian, you would have taken the entry, but he didn't stay. He knew something was up. Shib said he's calling it. Catch you guys tomorrow. No trades for me today. Yeah, definitely, Shib. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Sam said my gold went 100 points, then went to almost zero, then again 82. Taking my profit. Yeah, I would just take profit at that point, Sam. Looks like we're kind of going into a range. I'm assuming the other assets are kind of slow too. Let's go to gold. Yeah, gold is ranging right here too, guys. There's nothing going on. Gold is going sideways. YM is going sideways, and Q. And Q's starting to go sideways right here as well. Yeah, not really much there. Looks like the sweep would have played through though. Looks like the sweep swept from that liquidity point. I mean, either way, I wouldn't really be looking to take it there. Um, or I mean, I guess I would have if there was a confluence around this area. If you guys look back at my playbook, so or not here, let's look at my weekly real quick. So for my weekly, I basically said to look out for sweeps. Like sweeps were the main things to look out for. Where did I put it at? Um, oh, if you watched my video, so I don't think it's on here. But yeah, basically, if you guys watched so I posted the video here on the Discord. I basically mentioned that I'll be looking for sweeps pretty much all week. That's going to be my main thing. I'll be looking at MPSV2s, but the main entries I'll be looking for are the sweeps. So I created a new tab right here, guys, as well. So if you go to announcements, there'll be announcements, live trading sessions, market outlooks, live trading results, live mentoring sessions. Right here on the market outlooks, if you guys watch this video, I'll just pull it up real quick. I mentioned that I'm going to be looking mainly for sweeps this week. Here, let's fast forward a little bit over here. Sorry, the quality is kind of crappy, but if you look over here, I mentioned prioritize liquidity sweep setups. So this is my trading strategy game plan. If you guys haven't watched this video, I do highly recommend you watch it. This will really get you prepared for this week because we do have a lot of like important stuff here. Like for example, I have my resistance zones right there, my support zones. Actually, let's go back to that. I mark it up over here on the 15. Okay, so look, we're right here in the resistance zone. Actually, I have it right here. So this is what I covered yesterday during the market overlook for the week. So like I said earlier, I'm prioritizing liquidity sweep setups. Critical levels right here to watch would be resistance. We're actually in the 15-minute, not 15 minute, we're in the weekly resistance right now. The weekly resistance is between 42,950 and 43,300. So this is a perfect area to look for some sweeps. Sweeps for sells because we're currently in the weekly resistance level. So sweep happened right there. I would probably just keep looking for sell sweeps at this point, guys. I think sell sweeps would probably be your best friend in this situation. If you find some more sell sweeps. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, feel free to do that. That is kind of what my main focus would be at the moment. Mainly sweeps, and because we're currently in the weekly resistance, I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to create or actually, I mean this should be fine. Maybe I could phase out one of these windows that I have here. Yeah, maybe the SR. So I could probably phase out this window here. And then this will probably be like the daily. So I'm gonna just rename this to weekly resistance, and I'll phase this out as the weekly support. And then for the other one, I'll put the monthly. Yeah, I think this will be pretty useful for us. I'll probably go on like the daily time frame. All right, let's go back over here real quick to my outlooks. All right, so for June, let's see, major zones, my support's going to be, or my resistance at 42.9, 42.9 to 43. And we'll just look back at this. If price is super far off, then we'll know exactly where the next ranges are. So 43,300 to 43,500. All right, perfect. So we got this marked up right here. It's daily resistance 2. And this is daily, or sorry, not daily, monthly. Yeah, I think this is going to help a lot because then we could kind of like have an idea of like where the next resistance levels are going to be if we get too past it. Like for example, today we're pretty past it, so we want to see what to look out for next. Support's at 41,500. This is going to be support too. And the next level is going to be at 42.9 to 43. No, 42 to 42,160. All right, perfect. So we got that marked up right there, guys. So you guys have, a little bit of a better idea. This is the monthly resistance area. Price is currently above it, so the next level is going to be up here. So price is currently above monthly resistance number 1. And looking over here, it's currently within weekly resistance number 1. And right here on the 1 minute, you can see price is now pushing back down into this lower area. So we're pretty much giving it a top-down analysis, but it's going to give us a better understanding as to like what to look out for next. There's no entries here right now, so like if anything, I'd look for some upper level sweeps, which we don't have here. We just have one that's right here. I should have said what color is the bull's tie? The bull's tie is red. Yeah, literally matching Donald Trump. Christian said Cody's the main indicator for good markets. Why do you think he doesn't hang out with us this June? I know. Well, hopefully now that we have like the setups here, we'll be able to really identify, where to trade, where not to trade. Price is currently in the weekly resistance right now. We're above the daily resistance, so price might just pull back into it. But yeah, looking over here on the weekly, price is kind of just sitting within this area. So we'll see. But all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we don't really have much else to look at here. You guys can see the market's pretty much dead. It's flattened out. I'll leave this up here for the week so we can kind of follow and see where it goes. Um, yeah, there's just not really much here to work with. There's an MPSV2 setting up right here. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend taking MPSV2 unless it closes within this area down here. So I would look for it to close within the actual one daily resistance. And then once it does, possibly look for that continuation down lower. All right, Christian said he's done. He said, okay, guys, heading out. Good day overall. Have a good day, team. Yeah. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, Christian. And Sam is done as well. It's about to be 8 o'clock, guys. So I think this is going to be a wrap up for us. So pretty great day overall, guys. Here are my profits. Let me see if my trader sync finished. Yeah, I feel like my trader sync takes forever to update stuff. Okay, let me yeah, my trader sync is still updating. It's taking forever. It's kind of annoying that it does this, but it's all good. Just trying to make sure we had everything here. Oh, it's okay. So my trader sync is still updating. I have a lot of accounts here, but anyways, here are my profits for the day. I think I locked in maybe about like 20,000 for the day. Nothing super, super crazy. Like I said, I'm still taking smaller risk than usual because I'm trying to take partial entries. So, or not partial entries, but I'm taking partial risks up until maybe Wednesday. But these are my profits for the day. Locked in 900 across my first set of Apex accounts. My second set over here, I locked in about 300 per account right there, 300 down there. And then my Tradeify locked in 750 per account. And then my Perdia live funded account, I made 300 on that account. So in total, about like 24,000, somewhere around there. Once my Trader Sync updates, I'll probably be able to show you guys the weekly stats. But for the most part, this is the first day of the week, and it's a great way to start the week off. Let me take a screenshot of all the trades for today so that you guys can see and have an idea of what came up. And if you guys have any questions, always feel free to hit me up on Discord. So we got that set up right there. Let's copy this over to the team chat. All right, looks like we're good. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, pretty great day overall. If you guys want to see the PDF for tomorrow, guys, just make sure to get on a little earlier. I'll be up like closer to like 5 o'clock, so the PDF should be up, maybe around 6 o'clock right before market open. And if you guys want to mark up the levels on your own charts, the levels will be lined up here if you want to mark them up. I'll mark them up on mine. But if you guys want to mark them up on yours, feel free to mark them up on yours as well. But all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll